Back at Six Flags Great Adventure. I was here last year, but El Toro was closed. I've already been on El Toro 6 times. Like hardly any lines. Only Green Lantern has had a little bit of a line. The typical Six Flags Great Adventure day for me. Very little lines. That's normal in my experience. Well, Bizarro has always been my favorite floorless coaster, but now it's called Medusa. Retheming, new sign. It'll ride the same, of course. El Toro's riding great today. Yeah, it's got those shaky spots, but it's not bad. The first turnaround and then after the Rolling Thunder Hill might shake you around a bit, but it's all right. And Medusa, after being converted from Bizarro, it's got a slight rattle to it, but it's still my favorite floorless coaster. They kept the theming in, the fire and the mister. 4.5 hours into the day, got 10 laps on El Toro, and 10 in total on other coasters, on 7 other coasters. King Dakar has not been open. It's humid today, so King Dakar's not open. I've been on most of the other coasters here. So clearly, 4.5 hours, 20 rides already. There's no lines here. Green Lantern is the only thing that's had any kind of a line. And that was like less than 10 minutes. Everything else, walk on. Pretty much getting on the very next train. It gives really great airtime in the front on the mine train. At El Toro, I had wondered if I could handle a marathon on this, because I don't think I'd ever done more than 5 or 6 rides in a day on my 3 days that I was here in 2019. But 10 rides already, and I will be doing more. I honestly don't think it's riding as rough as in 2019, so maybe it's not riding as fast either. It doesn't feel like the airtime is quite at the level of 2019. Like in 2019, that was off the charts. Still some of the strongest airtime you'll get on any coaster. I don't know if it's the same level of strength as in 2019 when I was here. It might be. Maybe I'm just desensitized to airtime strength with all the RMCs that I've ridden. But even on the chance that it might be slightly less strong than in 2019, it's still among the strongest you'll get on any coaster, especially any wood coaster. Now this middle section here is not nearly as strong. That gives you a little breather. Then you hit that Rolling Thunder Hill and the Maverick-like turns. That brings the airtime and then the intensity. And it does kind of die a little bit at the end, but that's okay. Boardwalk Bullet and Ravine Flyer 2 kind of die a little bit at the end too. It don't matter. Very strange operations here. The other train has to come back into the station, get fully loaded, and get sent out to park behind this one. And then they both have to sit there for about 2 minutes. And then the train can launch. But if for whatever reason, if that's how it has to be, then that's better than not getting on it at all, and in fact, I just felt a couple of raindrops. It took a while, almost an hour in line, even though I wasn't very far back in line. But one ride's better than zero. I'll call it good with that. I was able to come out to the car for a midday break. A lot of rides on El Toro. Could use a breather after that. But it is so nice to not have to deal with much in the way of lines, except on King to Ka, but at least I got on it. I was at a point in line where you would normally be waiting about 15 minutes, and I waited 45. Well, 1 year later, that has confirmed my thoughts on Jersey Devil. It's got some good qualities. It's got some good forces and airtime to it. That's a good 0G stall, floater airtime, not hang time. You got nice float in that 0G roll. But the seats, and it's loud. But the seats still hurt. The seats hurt my knees. That is a lot wider than the prototype Raptors, Railblazer and Wonder Woman. Your feet are seated a lot further out to the side, and they're forced out there. There's no way to avoid it. So it kind of hurts. So because of the pain in my knees, I'm not able to fully enjoy it. So I'd say this remains my number 6, maybe number 7 in the park. If the seats weren't so uncomfortable, I would like it a lot more. One thing that is cool is that the mid-course is not hitting at all. Like, I don't feel anything. So the last few elements are really good. At least I think they are. My knees are in pain by that point, so it's hard to notice what the elements are doing. And the crew is killing it. They are cranking trains out. There is no way. You're just walking on all the time because they are just moving these things through so quick. And if you don't understand what I mean by the knee pain, I am not used to sitting like that with my knees close together and my feet way out to the side. If you are, you're not going to have any problems with it. That's just not something I'm used to personally, but everyone's going to be different. Some people won't find pain in that one bit. So if that's you and you don't find pain in that at all, what I just mentioned about that is a complete non-factor for you. Your body has a way of adjusting to how you normally would sit. So if you don't sit like that, normally, it can hurt to do it that way. But if you do sit like that, normally or from time to time, you may be okay with it. Well, I completed all the coaster credits at this park after riding Dark Knight. I just went through and did everything that I hadn't done yet today, including Little Devil. Then came back, did Batman the Ride again since it was right here. They just finished about a 6-minute dispatch. I kept waiting around to get video because I figured it wouldn't take that long, but yeah, it ended up being 6 minutes. Nitro's still killing it. They are pushing the trains through so quick.
Secure your own restraint.
And Green Lantern, still my favorite stand-up. Still my number 5 at the park. Ahead of Jersey Devil.
If your feet are forward, please move them back this high because your seat will be locking momentarily. Do not bounce. Do not sit. Stay.
Nice family ride over there, Superman. It's always nice for a breather. Well, I don't think this day could have gone any better here at Great Adventure. I ended the day with 48 rides in total. And a shout out to my coaster enthusiast friend, Mike, who I met at Worlds of Fun 3 years ago. And we ran into each other here today, which was cool. We spent half the day riding together. And I think if I remember right, I think you're from Wisconsin. And also shout out to Leo, working Green Lantern. This was a great day here. Great Adventure has never failed to deliver a great time to me. I have never had an issue with lines here. Just seems like it's always very reasonable waits. King Dakar did have a long wait midday, but the line disappeared at the last couple hours there, and ended up riding it 5 times. Last time I did do the front row. King Dakar went down to a station wait there at the end. And then I ended the day the right way with 6 straight night rides on El Toro without getting off the train in the final 25 minutes. So 6 El Toro night rides in the last 25 minutes to end the day. There's definitely no way to beat that. So I ended the day with 16 in total on El Toro, and after those 6 in a row, yeah, that beat me up. I am wiped out after that. El Toro, it's a little bit rough, but it's not really that bad. But you ride it enough, and it starts to wear on you. But I will take that any day, because it's just so good. I don't think I will move it up in my rankings, but it is still such a great ride. But that's it from Great Adventure. I love this park. It is just so good. I love the variety of the different rides that they have here, the quantity and variety. And I rode every coaster today, plus the top spin and Zumanjaro. And Zumanjaro doesn't really give very good airtime on the way down, but that height and that view is just amazing. But heading on to Coney Island, Luna Park and Dino's tomorrow.